Right. Welcome to Gas Station Cappuccino. I'm Danny Lear, next to me Dean Sidoris, and we are sponsored by Caffeine and Kilos Coffee of the Month.
Thunderbolt.
The Thunderbolt. I always think Thundercat.
Thundercats was a great show.
The great show. Dante, have you ever heard of Thundercats?
Nope.
Yeah, well,
Before my time.
Yeah, well, that's it shows.
It's a cartoon from the 80s that was like pretty shittily drawn. I mean, it was what a cartoon was in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like a Scooby-Doo style drawing, right?
Yeah, but I picture it with more intensity.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. Like the villains on Scooby-Doo kind of resemble like the Thundercat. Mm-hmm. It's like that not Jim Shark, fucking Street Sharks. There's that same kind of style. It's a very 90s style cartoon.
And it was dope.
It was good. Thundercats was good. It might have even been like 80s.
I think it was 80s.
But like it's at that same or late 80s, early 90s style.
But it like took over the world. Like, I mean, I think there were like toys and Happy Meals.
A lot of brands will do like a play on Thundercats too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
Didn't know that's what I was missing.
Yeah, well, you're missing.
Well, you didn't watch Thundercats growing up, and it shows. Those are my current favorite type of memes.
Yeah, it shows.
Lately.
I really like the one people use it for everything. It's been going around where it's like the guy who's walking with his girlfriend, but he's looking back at the girl walking away.
Classic.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
a Hall of Fame meme.
Oh, but you put everything on that, you know. But I like the one where it's like it says pro on him, and then abductive on his girlfriend, and crastination on the girl walking away. I don't know.
That's a good one.
You put anything on that.
No, those are good because the guy's face is classic with that like, ooh,
Oh, he's looking back.
oh,
What's going on over there?
ooh, nice. That looks
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, we survived the Arnold Classic.
Yeah, barely.
Barely.
Snowstorm.
We had
Almost didn't have a pallet.
Our stuff didn't show up. So how it works in these trade shows or these expos, CrossFit Games, all this type of stuff. When you're working a vendor booth, you send out a pallet worth of product. And then you get there, and in theory, the pallet should be in your spot. So you walk up to if you're booth number 132, you go to where booth 132 is, and there is just your pallet sitting on empty ground, but in the spot where you're supposed to build your booth. That's how it's supposed to work. And that's how it works 40% of the time.
Yeah.
And then the other 60%,
Something's wrong.
we'll say out of that, so 40% of the time you show up and it's right there where it's supposed to be, and that's great. Then I'd say another 30% of the time, that puts that 70 total, another 30% of the time, you show up and it's not there, but then as soon as you kind of inquire, look around, like up there it is. Like it was in back. It arrived at the show, just they didn't, driving the forklift over your spot. Or like at Wadapalooza one time, we had two pallets. One was in the spot, and the other one was like at the end of the aisleway. Like it got kind of brought there, but then it just, for whatever reason, the job didn't get finished, Mm-hmm. Then there's the last 30%, which is like, it is not on premise.
Just not even anywhere in the vicinity.
And you're making phone calls, you are discussing, and it's usually like on the weekend or something like that. So yeah, our pallet, we fit that last group this time. It was just not there, and we call, and they say, I don't know. Let me get a hold of the freight company.
The worst possible answer you can get from somebody that has a lot of your money and dignity for the event on the line.
I say, I don't know. Oh, okay. No, well, let me call around. Well, it was last time I saw it was in Lexington, Kentucky, and you're in Ohio.
Which, in theory, is, 10 hours away?
Oh, 6
Maybe
hours.
less.
6 hour drive.
Yeah.
Or no, I think it would be like 6 hours round trip. It was only 3 hours away.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Not bad.
But that's the last place they saw it, which means it's not necessarily still there. That's just last time we checked in somewhere, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Anyway, I'm pretty much amazed any time that a pallet actually shows up where it's supposed to go. Because here, the system, the problem isn't with this one freight carrier or any freight carriers. It's a systemic issue. Because this is how it works. You print up your paper. It's called a bill of landing, your BOL. Mm-hmm. And you tape it to the side of the pallet. And then you tape another one to the side of the pallet that like the driver can rip off and take with him. So like one's taped on, they're like, that's just not going anywhere. Next one, you just put like little tape across the top so the driver can like hold it. But that's it. That is the only way this pallet knows where it's supposed to go. And I feel like there's so much that can go wrong with that system.
Well, they stick all the little stickers all over that have the actual tracking number all over the pallet.
They pick it up.
Tiny
oh yeah,
when
they pick it up, they do.
So they put it on every side so they can just scan it.
But I don't know, man. I just feel like
it's still like a little tiny sticker that could fall off.
A little tiny, and this plus being like it's being forklifted and pallet jacked into the back of this trailer, and then it goes, and then every time it changes, like it's picked up here in Elk Grove, it doesn't go straight across the country. It goes to a local hub where it gets offloaded from that truck to get unloaded to another one that's going out to Lexington, Kentucky, where it'll get offloaded from that truck and on another one that's going to take it to the hub in Columbus, where it's going to get offloaded from that one and then taken to the actual trade show. And that's assuming there's no stops between Sacramento and Lexington, which there probably is another one in there somewhere. In Salt Lake City or some shit it changed. So like this pallet's being changed between like 7 different trucks, and all based on a piece of paper taped to the side and maybe a few barcodes. And then also those barcodes are put on, and then like one of them is just put on the paper the driver keeps. So like if he loses that sheet, it's fucked. Like there's just like so many like little things. Like if one piece of paper is lost or goes missing or gets fucking coffee spilled on it or whatever, you know, fucking the meth pipe drops on it and burns a hole right through the address.
The lot lizard uses it to clean herself.
Oh my god. Yeah. Stranger things have happened in trucks, I guarantee you that.
I will 100% say with confidence that situation has happened.
Oh yeah, that's happened.
Hey, that's my bill of landing.
Hey, I need those!
Not the bill of landing. God, that's the only one I got.
Use my socks next time.
Don't you know how this works?
Let me explain.
I want to get one of those.
Let me explain to you the freight industry. Yeah. So anyway, eventually it showed up. They found it, and it all worked out great.
Yeah, thank God.
But there's 4 or 5 hours where we thought, okay, well, we're not going to have any product here.
Started planning on what was the next game plan.
No, what are we going
to make the trip not a complete waste of money.
Yeah.
Time.
What do we do?
Not only was it a waste of cash money, it also would have been a waste of time spent not working and being there.
You know they say.
Time is money.
Time is money.
Yeah. But anyways, and long story short, it ended up being a great weekend. Met a lot of new people. Met a lot of people that love holding a sack full of 25 pounds.
Sack hold challenge. Huge hit.
The sack hold challenge has now became an Arnold event.
Staple.
It's an Arnold interactive experience now.
Took this coffee sack.
I don't think if we came there next year without the sack, people would be pissed.
They would raise hell. We'd probably cause a riot.
There'd probably be a riot. They'd probably burn our booth down and slit our
There'd be looting.
Yeah, they'd kill us.
Yeah, that'd be that.
I mean, that's a tough crowd out there at the
when we were waiting, that pal was nowhere to be seen. That didn't sound like the worst situation. If just the crowd comes and loots everything and steals it and kills us. But there's worse things that could happen at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
So what the sack hold challenge was is we took a coffee sack, one of those woven burlap bags, and it has it's actually the one that our PR blend comes in. So we took one of those, filled it with 25 pounds, and then there was a competition platform.
Which is a simple but effective extra piece to the puzzle.
It was a nice touch.
It makes you feel like you're doing I'm on the platform. I'm
doing it.
Showtime.
Well, plus there were the accent lights.
Yep.
Lighting up the background behind you.
The rave lights.
The rave lights. Like, what are you doing? You're going to hold that sack. You're going to start rolling on Molly. Nobody knows.
Some guy was on ecstasy, just like, didn't want to let go, didn't want to leave the light show.
Didn't want to leave the light show. Yeah, just closed his eyes, kept seeing it. So you stand on the platform, you hold the coffee sack straight out in front of you. You got to stand straight up, no leaning back. And you got to keep your elbows straight and your hands above your shoulders. Holding 25 pounds. Doesn't sound that heavy, doesn't sound that hard. The guy that won the weekend, best time for the weekend, was 2:02. And I'd like to challenge anybody here. Grab just 25-pound weight plate. Sure. But you can't go on the sides. You got to go straight on the top. Grip the top of it.
I still think, regardless of
like you're holding
with the weight plate.
Oh, well, still, whatever.
Yeah.
I say let them try it with the weight plate.
Or just, you know what, honestly, go around, if you see like a 25-pound bag of like mulch or like
Kitty litter.
or something that's like heavy,
Yeah.
try and hold it with your
Sand.
overgrip only, which means like your knuckles up, arms straight out at 90 degrees.
Think like you're grabbing a bicycle handle grip.
There was 500 people that submitted in this competition that we know. Like, there was more, but that's what like documented
Yeah.
via like submission with their scores, which means that there was a line for 8 hours straight, 3 days in a row. There was never a dull moment, except for maybe the last day when everybody's kind of winding down. The event ends a little earlier, but I mean it was jam-packed competition.
From yelling
Everybody's
at
voice
the
was
people.
gone.
Let's go!
And
Well, plus there's the music in there. It's loud in there anyway.
It takes time, you know. Every person, it's a time thing. So you know, it's just either gonna wait or you're gonna not. And some people left because they didn't want to wait. But you know what? I'm sorry that we've made something popular that people wanted to do.
That's it.
I apologize.
Yeah, come back next year.
Yeah, maybe next time.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
So we do need to contact those winners.
Oh yeah,
Don. Don was the male winner.
So Don held that thing for 2 minutes and 2 seconds, and I judged him.
Don was probably 60, 55?
50, 55. 56.
Had the body of a 23-year-old man, though.
Which is a little Boilermaker.
That's a little bit. I think that was just
Beer.
HGH belly.
That's just a beer. Yeah, maybe.
Well, he was ripped, lean ripped.
Don was ripped.
And this is the Arnold, still the Arnold, where
Don,
there's no rules at the Arnold as far as...
It appeared to me. It appeared to me as though this is what Don looked like. Like he grew up from newborn to age 8 years old. He's on a farm and he was baling hay. Yeah, I don't care if you're 6 years old. Get that bale of hay, boy. He's out there baling hay for the first 6, 7 years of his life. Then, around that time, around the age he was 7 or 8, his father got a job on an oil tanker, and so he went out there with him doing his studies abroad, studies on board. Mm-hmm. Worked on an oil tanker, moving pipes, doing that whole thing till he was about 16 years old. At which point, he got a job up in Alaska on a fishing boat, and then would moonlight as a lumberjack.
Yeah.
That's what this guy looked like.
And
the
then,
forearms on this guy.
while playing college football.
Yeah, of course.
And then dabbling in a little bit of trend. And then just keeping that regimen up.
That's exactly it. This guy was on, I was looking at him, just farm strong. I'm like, this guy's like good old boy. Like, this dude's got it going on. And what happened was he was actually mentally strong. So about 40 seconds in, it happens to everybody. I don't care. It doesn't matter how strong you are or whatever. 40 seconds in.
At least a minute.
You see it starting like, oh, now it's hard. Like just like a flip.
Yeah.
A switch flips.
Yep. You
know?
You can physically see it in their face and in their body.
Most times the
language.
ladies is right around that like 15, 20 second mark. Yeah. All of a sudden it's like, boom, things are real. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then best women time was minute 06.
Minute 6.
Which was longer than myself, Dante, and Dean.
And I wouldn't even...
Not combined.
I wouldn't even... I would say it was probably a pretty 40-60 split, male-female. Maybe 35-65.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was it wasn't way more men.
People want to hold that sack.
It was fun for everybody to try all different ages, heights.
Hands on that sack.
A lot of hands on that sack. That's probably why I'm got a little bit of a cold touching that dirty sack.
That's probably a big part of it. So about a minute in, he started shaking, as everybody did at some point. But then something different happened. Most people, they start shaking, they're about maybe 20 seconds from the end, and that's if they're really tough. He started shaking, and he just closed his eyes, and then just shook more and more and more until 2 minutes and 2 seconds had passed, and then he just stopped, put the bag down.
Yeah. No, it was impressive.
I had enough.
It was impressive.
It was wild.
Very impressive.
Man.
It was almost heroic.
What do you mean almost?
Yeah. No, yeah. True. It was heroic.
So Sackled also had a few listeners stop by, a few Knights of the Grounds table.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, a guy comes by and says, "Hey, love the podcast." So thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah. Awesome. Always good to see the Knights in the wild, among the plains,
among the common folk,
in between the castles.
Yeah. Horseback.
We're gonna have a big LARPing duel with the Knights of the Grounds table.
You can talk about LARPing. What movie was that?
LARPing Role Models.
Role models.
Yeah, there's a big LARPing scene in Role Models.
The Arnold, there's a LARPing competition.
There is, yeah. There's everything competition.
Fencing.
Foosball.
Foosball. Ping pong.
Ping pong, obviously, it's an Olympic sport. But
Sack hold.
sack hold is up there now.
New. That's a new one. Mm-hmm. Fresh edition. New
Also,
edition.
if you ever want to just like generally just feel better about your daily job, go to the Arnold and see what other people do for money.
For a buck.
For money. And you would you'd go home feeling like, okay, at least I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of interesting things going on there. It's just and
Love it.
What comes with it too is like everybody's kind of wants a little bit of attention. Mm-hmm. So these brands will exploit that. These big, huge corporate brands.
Uh-huh.
And then it just turns into just a weirdness.
What it is it is the...
It's like it's like a more sad, like Comic-Con.
What it is, and Comic-Con, I'm sure fits this mold too. This is just different because it's fitness industry. Now these big expos, it is just you get to see firsthand the most extreme version of marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, for instance, like there's booths there that are built out to be large-scale concerts with choreography dancing for 12 hours straight.
Across from one another.
Across, like they're battling it out.
Like the booth was so big that it went on both sides of an aisle. Or they just built an aisle through the middle of it, however you want to say that. And then they had stages on both sides.
They funneled people into that middle, like, mosh pit.
Right.
So you're in the middle, so you go wait in line to get your free stuff. And then once you get out of the line, it throws you directly into a mosh pit of everybody else that was just in line while you wait for the dancers that are dancing on either side to start handing out more free shit.
Yeah.
So it's just a shit storm.
It's what you get is you get the westerlies of shit coming in, and then you get the vortex, the polar shit vortex, and then it just mixes up, and that's how you get to a shitstorm.
Yeah. Shitnado.
Shitnado, like Sharknado.
It's a shitnado. Which
What was a shitnado? That's
First
a great.
have anybody's watched Sharknado? Very entertaining, completely obviously ridiculous and out of control, but it's actually a pretty entertaining movie.
I've heard that from some, not just from me. I've heard that from somebody else also.
Oh no, like because you watch it knowing okay, this is going to be completely ridiculous. It's kind of like the
Triple X Return to Xander Cage.
This is a Triple X effect, but like even more extreme.
Like snakes on a plane.
I never saw that, so I can't say.
Either have I, but from what I understand, like as long as you just go into it knowing.
That's the same genre.
Yeah.
I would put Snakes in a Plane in the same genre as like Anaconda, Lake Placid.
Anaconda and Lake Placid though are both documentaries.
What's funny is because Lake Placid, like I've seen that alligator in that movie, obviously, and I just saw a picture of one that was actually that size that they just killed.
Well, same thing.
They found in a ditch. Did you see that picture?
No.
So there's this image floating around from like a week ago or somewhere.
It was like
within
30 foot long.
It's the biggest alligator I've ever seen. It honestly looks the exact same size as the one from Lake Placid, but it was found in this like ravine where it was like basically died, or it was dying, so they had to put it down. But it would take up this whole room if it was like in a U shape. It's the biggest thing you've ever seen. Someone commented, which makes me question just people in general. There was a comment that said, "Oh my God, I cannot believe you guys killed that thing. It's probably from BC."
No.
Ah, man. And I read that and I was just like, that's a sign of the times. Because alligators live like 50 years at the most.
Yeah.
So you're saying that this thing's thousands of years old.
And that's why I got the pick. Also, you see the snakes. Every now and then you see this like picture, whatever, of this giant snake, and it's cut open, and there's like a dog or like a child that was inside of the snake.
Or for sure, there's like lots of sheep, goat or whatever, kind of from
the
villages.
Full thing.
Oh yeah,
it's wild.
Wild. I'll never forget the movie Anaconda when Owen Wilson is like in the belly of it when he dies, and you can like tell it's him because it's like such terrible CGI. Like it even looks like him in the belly, like from the outside.
Yeah,
it's just like it's Owen Wilson because it's overly done CGI.
What I love is that that movie in a comedy. You watch it. Okay, going along, people are dying. And then it's over, and they just go home.
Yeah, and everything's fine.
Like, you're telling me, like, where's the questioning of, like, wait, where'd these people go? Yeah. Oh, giant snake ate them. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no follow-up?
Oh, so you're insane and you killed him.
Right. Right. And these people are like, oh, thank God that's over. Now I can get back to my life. Like, nothing happened.
Now I can go back.
PTSD.
Now I can go back to doing research in a school on campus.
You kidding me?
For reptiles. Or whatever their jobs were.
Now I can get back to playing Selena in a feature film.
That was Ice Cube was in that movie.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez.
Star-studded cast.
Star-studded cast.
Honestly, I actually really like that movie. I always have. I always thought it was funny. I thought it was fun. It's one of those like raunchy
documentaries.
Documentaries. One of those. What do they call those? Like thriller, like comedy thrillers. Like because there's a lot of funny shit in there.
It's pretty funny.
A lot of one-liners.
Yeah.
It's like a less extreme version of like a Sharknado.
Yeah.
Lake Placid's got funny moments too. All those kind of like those just popcorn movies.
I gotta watch Sharknado.
Popcorn thrillers. Oh, there's like 4 or 5, but they're all like they just progressively get more and more insane. It's got like the guy from like 90210. It's like the main character, the blonde guy. Don't remember his name.
Did I tell you my brother watched Triple X?
Tante, look up his name. Sharknado main character guy. People know who I'm talking about. He does a great job.
I'm trying to get everybody to watch The Return of Xander Cage.
I mean, if you listen to this podcast and you still have not watched that movie, you're just doing yourself a disservice.
That's what I look for.
That right there, second guy. Yeah, what's his name?
Ian Ziering?
Ian Ziering?
Yeah, or Finn Shepard.
I don't know which is like I don't know which his real name was.
Finn Shepard.
Ian Ziering, I think is his real name.
Yeah, click on his thing and see what else he's done. I'm pretty sure he was in 90210. Talk about making it.
Sharknado.
Hasn't done anything since 90210, and he gets on Sharknado.
Hills, 90210.
There it is.
I got the role. The role I've been waiting for. Main character on Sharknado.
I've been in hiatus for 25 years for Sharknado to come up.
But putting other things on.
Then it like jokes on everybody else because he did like 4 or 5 of those things, and I'm sure he made a nice little penny because people are watching. They play those on Sci-Fi Channel all the time.
They did like Sharknado 2, Sharknado 3.
Oh, I think that there's at least 4 or 5. How many are there, Dante? Sharknados.
Let's find out.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they're like one of them like actually went to theaters, I think, and then the rest were just like, all right, let's just fucking capitalize on this and make as much money as we can.
6.
6.
Straight to Amazon.
6 Sharknados.
Straight to video.
I'm pretty sure if you watched all 6 of those in one day, your brain would just be melted inside your skull.
Probably absolutely frightened of the weather forecast.
The name of number 3 is Oh Hell No.
Oh hell no.
Can you read us? So what's the first one?
Sharknado 3, oh hell no. That's fantastic.
What's Sharknado 1? Just Sharknado?
Yeah, just Sharknado.
What's 2?
The second one.
Sharknado, the second one. Yep. Sharknado 3, oh hell no.
See, they get it.
What's 4?
The Fourth Awakens.
The Fourth Awakens.
So it's a play on Star Wars.
Okay. Sharknado 5?
Global Swarming.
Global Swarming. Sounds like a B movie.
What's the 6?
The Last Sharknado, It's About Time.
The Sharknado 6. The Last Sharknado,
When did
It's About Time.
Did that come out like last year? When did 6 come out?
So it's 100% just a total fucking spoof.
2018? Yep. Oh, it's totally... I mean, how could it not be, right? There's literally sharks
In tornadoes.
in a tornado eating people.
Well, have you ever been in a tornado?
I'm pretty sure one of them I was watching, I don't remember which one it was, like there was also alligators in the tornado as well. So they started teaming up.
Oh, they like joined forces? Mm-hmm. Like, now we can really get it going. Like, you got sharp teeth, I got sharp teeth.
All I want to do
Let's
now,
go fucking eat some people.
Now I just want to watch fucking Sharknado.
I'm telling you right now, next time my wife works and I'm sitting at home by myself, I am watching Sharknado.
Hopefully they're on like Netflix or something. They're for sure on like Sci-Fi Channel.
I bet they're on Amazon Prime
Yeah, they gotta be on
or
one
Netflix.
of those. They gotta be on one of those. They have to be. That's the only way they're gonna get any views. People like looking them up for a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, don't know where the fuck that came from. But
Sharknado.
The Arnold was fun. It's good to be back home. The Arnold was it's always a fun trip. It's always good to see people. The weightlifting I heard went really well. Ran smoothly. It was in a different area this year. little bit more tucked away,
Huh.
which I'm not thrilled about for the average person to walk by and see it.
Yeah, it's a nicer venue as far as if you're a weightlifter and you just want to lift in a nice venue. But if you want the experience of lifting at the Arnold and having just regular Joe Schmo walk by and stop and watch, you don't get that.
The Arnold is all about like a spectacle, right? It's like you walk around like almost like a zoo.
Yes.
It's like a zoo. You walk
Yes.
around and you look to your right and your left and you see things going on that you might not know about or and stuff like that. And you kind of lose that now with the new venue a little
true.
bit. And I'm pretty sure you had to have some kind of special wristband to get in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm sure it was probably beneficial for the lifters though.
And then we other exciting news. We got the coffee of the month.
COTH.
Coffee of the month.
Yes, this month is a very delicious light roast blend.
Thunderbolt.
The Thunderbolt blend, Ethiopian origin. It is also Mexican and what else was
Costa
it?
Rican.
Costa Rican. That's right. It might be one of my favorite
It has the higher
coffees I've ever
It has
had.
the higher caffeine content.
Still's got the caffeine spike. I'm really looking forward to. We haven't named it yet, but our third installment,
Oh yeah.
Bag 6.
Yeah.
Why don't we just call it Bag 6?
And no, it's not. No, we
Old number 6.
Thunderbolt is bag 6.
Oh, that's right. Bag 3.
I think it's bag 3.
Bag 3.
So we went in, we tasted them all, we picked out 6, and we're gonna run these when a couple months later. We're gonna go back, pick 6 more. So every month, limited edition coffee. We might cycle them through again at some point in the future, but there's no real plans for that, Limited edition, different flavor profiles, different roast profiles.
The popularity of the Thunderbolt already, though.
Well, it's
we don't have
delicious.
that many bags left. Like, if I looked at the inventory on those, like, I think we hit it pretty good, but I don't think we're gonna have much left over.
Well, I hope not.
No, that's the goal, right?
That's the goal.
And if there is, I'm obviously just gonna take a handful for myself because it's delicious.
Yeah. So that's the thing is right now the only way to get that Thunderbolt and the other coffees is by signing up for Coffee of the Month.
Yeah. We want to. Well, it's one of those things where we want people to
The full
get
experience.
a part of the whole thing.
That's right.
And it's honestly like if you're buying coffee every month, you're better off doing the coffee of the month because it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
You're saving like $3 almost a bag.
Right.
So you're not committing necessarily to anything more than you would if you're already buying coffee monthly.
Yeah.
It just makes it easier on you and us because it just kind of smooths up the whole process of just getting coffee in and out.
Try some different ones.
And exactly, and you get to try the whole flavor journey.
Yeah.
It's going to be a flavor journey. It's going to be a flavor experience.
Yeah, the yellow flavor road.
Literally blends from all over the world,
Yeah.
right to your doorstep.
Yeah.
And that sounds kind of addy, but that's why, or your office door. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's convenient.
No, it's fun, and I think it's fun, and we hope to keep this running.
There it is. Right now, Coffee of the Month sponsoring Gas Station Cappuccino.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks for taking us on. Thanks for trusting us with your sponsor.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that might be about it for today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sharknado, Coffee of the Month, the Arnold.
And there you go.
The Opens is being announced again today.
Next
19.3. We'll probably talk about our. We both did 19.2. We can talk about it real quick. We both did 19.2 in Ohio on questionable conditions as far as like physically, but it's okay.
Thank you, Seabus Lifting Co. for
Yeah,
having
that's
us
right.
out. That was
That's
great. Home of CrossFit CLC.
One thing we didn't do is that we didn't use the trip as an excuse not to do it, and we got it done.
Got it done.
On when
Take a red-eye flight. Add an additional stress of not having a pallet. Only sleep a couple hours. Work at a booth all day, and then go get crushed by 19.2.
I couldn't have. I almost couldn't think of a more workout that would require like being like really like ready.
Yeah, well, it's good because not only we were drained physically, but mentally as well.
Mentally, our posterior chain from just standing all day. There was no nervous system damage at all.
No, it was fantastic.
Also, I'm excited for what's going to get announced today. The next episode, I'll talk about my.
Should I tell everybody what it is?
The workout?
Should I tell them what 19.3 is?
Well, no, we're not allowed to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, by the time
do
you hear
know.
this, it'll be out.
But we do know, and we've been practicing. Just kidding.
It's thrusters and chest bar pull-ups.
Yeah, we're gonna keep guessing that every week, I guess, huh?
No, it's gonna be better.
It is sponsored by Assault Bike this week, but that doesn't mean shit. But there could be a bike finally. We'll see.
Maybe. All right. Well, this has been Gas Station Cappuccino. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.